So today I'm going to be changing the Serpentine belt on my 392 6.4 liter Challenger. As you can see, it's twisted and destroyed and shredded and looks like crap. So I'll be showing you how to do it. It looks pretty simple, never did it before, but I think I can handle it. First thing I did was loosen this bolt on the tensioner. It was a 17 millimeter, I believe. It's a little tight in there, so just make sure you have enough room. You can kind of move the radiator fan a little bit, and once you get it loose enough, then you could finger loosen it to get it out. But as you can see, mine was destroyed. I don't see how I made it home, but thank God I did. So here's a new one I got from O'Reilly's. That's what it's supposed to look like. So as you can see, my pulley got completely destroyed, and hopefully, I can get it all back together. So here's what I got: just the belt, tensioner, idler pulley. Might as well change it all. Idler pulley doesn't look too bad, but it's got a lot of belt residue left on it, so I'm gonna change it. But got it from O'Reilly's, and I paid, let me see, paid $85.99 for the tensioner. I paid $30.99 for the belt, and then I paid $18.99 for the pulley. So altogether $135.97, and then tax $144.47. So I mean, it's not cheap, but it's not too expensive. A car like this, I feel like that's kind of cheap, but you gotta pay to play. Next thing I'm gonna remove is the idler pulley, which takes a 13 millimeter bolt. That should be fairly simple to get out, and I'm not gonna do it on camera because I need both hands. So here we go. The pulley is out. As you can see, it's got all the residue on it. Doesn't look bad, it's just dirty. No grooves in it, but just to be on the safe side, got the brand new unit. The bolt, we're gonna reuse the factory bolt, 13 millimeter right there. That's where it goes. So as you can see now, there's no tension or anything, so I should be able to just pull this belt right off. It's kind of shredded. Oh, I can't believe I made it home with this belt. I was downtown and I had to drive maybe 10 minutes, maybe 10 miles from downtown to my house. I did not take the highway because I didn't want it to snap, so I just stayed. I kept it around 30 because people are idiots and they don't like to drive around people driving slow, so I kept it around 30. Cruise control on the streets. But here you go, look at the belt, look at that, shredded. Oh my God, but whatever, you gotta pay to play. That's part of the culture. I'm about to reinstall the idler pulley. Now, one thing I did not do was check to see if there was a difference between front and back. So from looking at it, it looks about the same. But make sure when you take it off, you keep, you know what side's the front, what side's the back, just to be on the safe side. All right, so now that's back on. One thing I don't have are the torque specs. So what I did was just try to get it as tight as possible without stripping or damaging anything. So, if you have access to any torque specs, I suggest you use those to be on the safe side. All right, so now I'm gonna put the tensioner back on, and if you can notice, there's a little, we call it like a keyway. So you'll notice right here, there's a spot just for that nipple. You wanna make sure when you put it in, make sure that nipple goes in there, get it lined up properly. I made a mistake. So the bolt on the tensioner is a 16 millimeter, not a 17. For some reason my 17 didn't slip. I got lucky, but it's a 16. So make sure you check your bolt sizes first. All right, so now I'm going to install the belt. So make sure you get a diagram so you know how to route the belt properly. So I'm going to do this off camera because I need both hands definitely for this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm taking my intake off because I need to be able to get my arm in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snake the belt down through the bottom pulleys first, come up and over or under the idler, over the alternator, then back over the tensioner, I believe, and it should all fit. But here we go. Okay, now that I have that out of the way, as you can see, I have way more space to work with, and I will continue to route the belt. Okay, trial and error. So I think it will be easier if you route the belt before you put the tensioner on. So as you can see, I took the tensioner off. Now I'm gonna try to reroute the belt and then put the tensioner on with the pulley already inside the loop of a belt. So here we go. Okay, as you can see, I have the belt properly run all over the pulleys they need to be, but the last one is the alternator belt. As you can see, there's not enough room to fit it, so what I got to do now is loosen the tension on the tensioner, and by doing this, there's a little spot that Dodge put in there where I could put the ratchet in there and use that to loosen it. Only problem is there's very little space to get my ratchet in that hole, so I'm gonna do that, try to do that, and then go over the alternator pulley, and that should be it for the belt. So let me get to it and I'll be back with you. And there it is, everybody. The belt is on. Everything looks pretty good. Everything looks like it's in the grooves and where it's supposed to be, and everything is looking good. So I'm gonna put the intake back on, button everything back up, and start it up, see what it sounds like. Oh, everything looks good, sounds good. No squealing. Belt's on nice and straight. And that's how you do a Serpentine belt on a 392 Hemi. On this particular model, it's a Challenger SRT8 2011. So I'm pretty sure all the 6.2s are, the 6.4s, excuse me, are the same as far as the belt goes. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.